guys, welcome to today's video. In this video we're going to be designing a church flyer. Alright, now this flyer will be solely for the purpose of this tutorial. Alright, so it is not an actual project. So these are the elements. So this is the time and address. It's written in white, that's why it's invisible right now. And these are the elements we're going to use for the design. Alright, so these are all our elements. So the first thing we're going to do is to create our workspace, right? So click on new, and I'm using the size, so I'm going to click on create. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is bring in our background. Okay, so I'll just expand it to cover the entire workspace. Just like that. And I'm going to lock this background because I don't want to accidentally move anything. Right, so next element is this right here. Bring that in. I'm going to scale it down. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is to bring in our subjects, right? The individuals. So these are the images I'm going to be using for this tutorial. So I'll bring in this one first. I won't be using this one, so I'll just turn it off. Yeah. So I'm going to drag in this one first. Position him right around here. Scale him down just a little bit. Like that. And maybe a little bit of adjustments, a bit of contrasts. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in the next subjects. So this will be the next one, and it will be by the right of this subject. Alright. So I'm creating a sense of hierarchy right here. So this will be the main subjects, and this will be beside the main subject. Now I'm gonna do the same thing, just some little adjustments. If your photos are in good shape and there is no need for you to touch it, then you can skip this part. So same thing. This one. Alright, so I'm going to flip this image. As you can see, the light in this image is coming from this direction, but for these ones, the light is coming from this direction. So you want all the image to correspond. So I'm going to flip this one like that. Alright, so I'm going to give it a bit of adjustment. Just like that. So I'm going to select all these images and group them. All these subjects. Right? Now I'm going to create a layer mask for this group. because I want to fade out all these parts. So go ahead and create our layer mask, choose our brush, adjust the size if you need to, and then just bring along this part. Okay. Now, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in a rectangle which will contain our time and date. Right, so just click and draw my rectangle. So the color should be white and no stroke, right? No stroke. So just like that, and then I think I'll bring this one down a bit. Yeah. Then for this one, I'm gonna transform it. I'm gonna wrap it. Alright, so click. Don't want to do too much, just little, just like that, just like that. So I'm gonna give it some gradients overlay. Right, so this is what I'm gonna use. Then I'll give it a stroke and a shadow. Shadow, I'm gonna drag it out a little bit, right? I want it to come out, so drag it out. Maybe make it more visible. Alright, so just like that. Now for this rectangle, I'm gonna convert it to a smart object. Now note, when you convert it to a smart object, you're merging all those effects and styles together, so it becomes one, as you can see. Now I'm going to change the blend mode for this. I'll just leave it like that. Yeah, just leave it like that. So the next subject I'm going to bring in is, the next element I'm going to bring in will be the church logo, right? The church name and logo, which are these. So I'll just select and drag him into place. It will be around here. Maybe scale it up a little bit if you wish, and then change that text color to white, just like that. So as you can see, our design is really making sense right now. Another thing I'm going to bring in is this musical equipment. I've forgotten the name, so bear with me. So I'll drag it, bring it here. As you can see, I've already applied an effect to it already, the motion blur effect. Right now, the purpose of this element is to add because this is sponsored by the youth ministry, right? It's assuming to be sponsored by the youth ministry, right? So we have youths here, and we're going to make that clear here. So I'm just going to hold my Alt key, then duplicate this text and bring it here. Alright, so then I'll drag it above this layer. You can change this to the youth ministry. I think I missed the M. Alright, so I'm gonna centralize this and bring it here. So I'm gonna change the text style to bold. So let's increase that size. Alright, and then we'll give the shadow. So guys, if you're enjoying this video, please do well to subscribe, and if you have questions, do leave a comment. Alright, leave it in the comment section and I will do well to attend to your questions as soon as possible. Alright. Alright, so just like that. Now the next thing we're gonna bring in is, hold up, I think I need to move this. Alright, so we are good. Now the next element we're gonna bring in is this one, right? So we're gonna bring in this element. Now before I do that, I need to select this layer because I want it to be directly underneath this layer. So I'm just gonna select subjects. So now if you select a layer and you bring in any elements or picture, it will be directly above that layer which you selected, right? So just click and drag this here, right? Just like that. Just like that. Now I'm gonna add a blur effect, a motion blur effect, right? So click on motion blur, right? Set it at 197. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this layer and bring one above this rectangle, right? Now let's raise this up a little bit. Alright. Now I'm going to create a mask for this one and clear out this part. Right? Just like that. Clear out that part. And then I'll bring in the time and address, right? Extract that and place it here. So use Ctrl T to select everything and then drag into place. Just like that. I'm gonna create a little line to separate everything, right? It's a kind of separator line. For this line we have no fill, only stroke. Stroke will be yellow and set to 3 pixels, right? And then round up the edges. Set this 3 pixels, click enter. So I think there is a bit of the the dates missing. Let's fix that. So I'll just duplicate this to add the dates. Sorry about that. Now the date is let's use 1st of April, right? $2025. Okay, so that would be our dates. Just move this a little up, just like that, and I'll give this one a shadow. Okay, just pull it out a bit. Alright, so we are done with this one. The next element we're going to bring in is mic. Alright, so we're going to bring in a mic, which is I think this mic, yeah. So just drag that in place. It should be above this layer. Alright, so I'm going to flip this mic and bend it like this. Now you need to be careful not to cover up the information that I want to pass, like this address, right? And I'll just expand this outward like that. Don't want to cover up anything. Click, and then I'm gonna add a motion blur effect to our mic. Motion blur. I'll reduce this to about 68, 54 pixels. Yeah, 34 looks good, so I'll use 34. Now guys, another little bit of seasoning that we're gonna add is some kind of lighting effects. Alright, so now as you can see, I'm not clicking on any layer because I want that effect to be above all the layers. So I'll just create a new layer and then select my brush tool. Now click on this purple, right? I'll increase this to that size and then change blend mode until I find the one that looks good. So I think this one looks good, so I'll use this one. Alright, then I'll create another layer because I want to be able to control these effects and I'll reduce the size. Use this one looks good. I'll create another one, then here. Alright, so that's it. Let me just move this one down a bit. Now, we've not added the name of the theme of the program, right? So we're gonna select this item right here, this element, and then click on our text to change the color to white for now. Then type in Doxa Night. Alright. So let me increase the size of the text. I'm gonna make this bold. Right. Now I'm gonna need to lock these layers, right, so I don't move them around. So this, I want to change this color to yellow. Alright, now I'm going to duplicate this layer. I always like duplicating any layer that I'm going to add some effect on or change its state, so that in case I make any mistake I can always come back to where I started. So with that said, I'm going to convert this one to a smart object. And as you know, if you convert any text to a smart object, you will not be able to edit it. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this text, transform, pull the side up a bit. Just like that. Then this one as well. Alright, then I'm gonna just bring it down here. Maybe add some shadow just to make it look interesting. Increase the opacity of the shadow, and then add some bevel and emboss. So you can see how that transformed our text. See, so we're done with that. Now, St. Joseph's Church of God, the youth ministry presents. We're going to add that text, right? Presents. Presents. Just scale that up a bit. Make sure it's centered. And we're going to change this from semi-bold to regular. Alright. So guys, as you can see, we are done with our flyer. Now if this were an actual church flyer design, there would have been some extra elements like text that would have been added, but and like the names of the artists. So this is not an actual church project, right? So it's just to give you an idea of possible church flyer design idea, right? So if you enjoyed the video, please do well to subscribe. It really helps the channel, and leave a like as well. If you have questions or you have some ideas of your own that you would like to share, do well to leave it in the comment section and I will check it out. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in our next video.